Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson is releasing a memoir next month.
WRAL's Brian Anderson obtained an advance copy and is here with the biggest takeaways and surprising revelations. So, Brian, you got to read the memoir. What do we need to know about it?
Well, for starters, this is the book, the Lieutenant Governor. In it, he calls for getting history and science out of elementary school classrooms. He says children ought to learn how to read, write, and do math before getting into these more difficult subject areas. Now, he also calls for making charter schools more accessible, and he wants to get rid of the State Board of Education, even though he's a voting member of that board.
Brian, that's a big wish list, but what's the likelihood any of this could become reality?
Well, as the Lieutenant Governor, Robinson has minimal powers. He does have the ability to set policy as the acting governor when Democratic Governor Roy Cooper leaves the state. Now, Robinson believes his biggest power here is his megaphone. So he's really using that to call attention to issues he finds important. And his views could matter a lot more in 2024. In his memoir, he all but announces his plans to run for governor. And as governor, he probably couldn't overhaul public schools in the way he's proposing, but he could have much greater influence than he does currently.
What else is he advocating for in his book?
I mean, Robinson calls for keeping transgender people out of the military. He also says he wants to end abortion. He even likens it to murder, and he considers it the most important social issue of the time. Now, in 1989, he paid for an abortion for his then girlfriend, who's now his wife. He says that experience really shaped his views on the issue.
And to hear these kind of things that are in this book, Brian, what has the response been to Robinson's comments?
Well, Robinson remains popular with Republicans. Meanwhile, some Democrats say Robinson is unfit to become governor in 2024. Some are also trying to highlight his abortion views as a reason to vote in 2020, even though Robinson's not on the ballot this year. Now, a few of his views on other issues have also raised eyebrows, including his opposition to same-sex marriage and his belief that women, and I quote, love to talk a man into submission, end quote.
All right, Brian Anderson, we know these politicians like to release books before a big run, so this appears to be that step before the next step. If you would like to learn more about Robinson's book and the life experiences that have informed his views, you can visit nccapital.com.